Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Akash and I'm a student transitioning from Masters to PhD. And in this video, I'm going to talk about a strategy which I have been using for the last couple of years to study new content and new topics. So the strategy is based on a framework called S.Q.A.T, which I have made up. And this S.Q.A.T is sort of an abbreviation, S.Q.A.T. And all these letters, all the four letters, they have different meanings. Without further ado, let's move on to dissecting what S.Q.A.T is. So the first letter, S, it stands for scoping the subject. Now, what is scoping the subject? Scoping the subject is basically having an overview of the subject even before you get into the particulars and the detailed, minute portions of the topic. So first, you need to have an overview rather than getting into the absolute details of the topic, and that would sort of build your foundations even before you sort of get into the details. Moving on to the next one, that is Q, which is questioning. Now, Q or questioning, this sort of goes hand in hand with S or scoping the subject. So what I do is when I am scoping the subject or when I'm reading the topic for the first time, I sort of point out those portions which are sort of questionable or I think they can be asked in any exam or any test, and I sort of make a question out of that particular thing. So Q is basically making questions or questioning. Moving on to the next one, we have S, Q, and A. So A is basically answering those questions that you have made in the previous step. That is, while you were scoping the subject, you were making questions, and now you are sort of answering those questions after you have dealt with the overview, or you have scoped the subject, or you have overviewed the subject a little bit, and you sort of think you are ready to take out some bash out some questions from the topic or the questions that you've made. So S.Q.A, scoping the subject, questioning, and then answering those questions that you have made. And finally, the most important step is testing yourself, which is the T of the S.Q.A.T. Now, T, the testing, it should be done in regular intervals. Otherwise, you'll only develop a short-term memory. And this phenomenon is called the spaced repetition, and which also ties up to something which is called active recall. So you're testing yourself, that is, you are pulling out information from the back of your mind to the front of your brain, and then you're trying to answer the questions, or then you're trying to test yourself. Or you can do other forms of tests, that is, you can write one word from a topic, build a spider diagram around it, and sort of try to explain to yourself or try to write down stuff that is related to that central word. So I sort of call these spider diagrams, which sort of has this one particular word in the middle of the page, and then you sort of draw lines and then you sort of connect a lot of concepts around it. So the spider diagrams. So you have S for scoping the subject, you have Q for questioning or making questions, you have A for answering those questions, and then the final icing on the cake, that is testing yourself. So if you can do all of these systematically and step by step, you can sort of build a long-term memory, and you can understand a topic very firmly, and you will have a very conceptual grasp of that topic that you are actually trying to read and trying to study. So that was it about the S.Q.A.T framework, which I have been using for the last couple of years, and it has indeed given me results. I would recommend you all to try it out as well, and comment down below if that works for you or not. So I'm going to see you in the next video, and till then, bye bye.